My name's John, this is the new edition of Necromunda, and you're watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome back to another video. I've just got my hands on the new edition of Necromunda, now called Necromunda Skirmish, and I'm going to open it up and see if it's worth it. Now, I've been into Necromunda way back since the 90s when the first edition came out. They're not calling this a numbered edition, it is just the new edition. But in later videos I'm going to talk about all of the different editions and things like that anyway. So let's just start having a look at what's in this box. So to start with, I'll flip it over. It's actually a good quality box. It varies with Games Workshop depending on what the piece is, how kind of good it is. There is one thing about this box set which I'm not too hyped about, but we'll talk about it as we get to it. But other than that, so far looks really good. Apologies about the ring light appearing in here. Let's open up the box, and this is the first time I've seen it apart from things online about what's in it. So let's get the box up and have a look at everything that's in it. So, what I think I'll do is I'll take things out of the box and put them on the table so you can see them. So, first thing we have here is our new range ruler. That's going to need to be painted up. We have our counters, which are quite nice. So again, those are something that I'm going to need to paint up. We have our templates. I'm glad they've kept the templates. Something that is disappearing from some of the Games Workshop games, but I'm glad Necromunda's kept those. And here we have all of the terrain that comes with the box set. And this is the bit that I'm kind of a little bit, oh, that's a shame. And that is that there is only this in the box set. In previous editions and box sets of the game, they've had a little bit more, a few of the walls and things, which I actually have just at the side here. Hang on, let me grab them. Oop. So these are the ones that originally came with it. Even just one of each of these would have been really nice, but hey ho. I do have plenty of Necromunda terrain anyway, but it's a shame for people getting into the game that they're going to have to get terrain and stuff straight away. But I mean, it's good quality. But anyway, enough of a little bit of negativity. Let's put these to one side and then we can have a look at the gangs. So these are Escher and Goliath, and these are completely new sprues. And looking at them, there is a nice selection of weapons and things. Yeah, no, they look nice. We will have some time of making them. They are, for the Escher sprue, that is 2 identical sprues. And then the Goliath sprue, yep, 2 identical sprues, but some nice new details and things there. Looks quite nice. And a big box here, and we have a selection of bases. And we have a set of dice. So let's open up this little box. I actually want to try and keep it as undamaged as possible because I quite like these boxes, but let's have a look. So this is the main rulebook. This is the rulebook that if you buy it separately, this is what you get. previous editions of the game, you didn't get the full rule book. From what I remember, you got a slimmed down version and then they released the bigger rule book later on. But there is the rule book, which I'm going to spend the afternoon having a look at. What else have we got? We have a starter guide and construction booklet. So this has your first battle, then it's got the gang list, which is quite nice. Something that has changed, some of the stats have changed slightly. So we have saving throws written into the stats now, which we didn't previously have. I'm not sure what other things have changed, but I will have a look at them. One thing that I immediately see, which I am happy about, we still have our various skills, so we can still level up our guys through the games. And then we have some of the Goliath. We have the instructions. And then the terrain. I mean, okay, I did diss it that there wasn't much terrain in it, but it is nice terrain, but it is only a few pipes, so I'm not going to dwell on it anymore, but there we go. And then some nice shots there of the gangers. We have, I'm not going to unfold it completely, but we have a gaming mat. We have our reference sheets. Rest of that's in cardboard, but then we have the core deck of cards here. So we have territories. Oop. As I start pulling it all apart. And then crew selection, settlements, specialists. Okay, loads of little things in here, and accidentally pulling that out. We've got our cards that we fill in with our characters on. Out of interest, how many of these do we get in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 18 of those. I tend to make my own up anyway. Now, having had 9 years of Necromunda since they rebooted it, they have released a lot of books over that time as the game's kind of expanded and evolved. And it's nice to see this little reset. And it is going to be interesting to have a look at the rules and things like that, and how they've changed, and so on. But I'm going to leave the main book out for now. Let's just close that up. And just going to put that back in the box. So, the book looks really nice. We've got the gangs, tokens, rulers, the terrain, the templates. At a quick glance at the index of the book. So we have in here, just as a quick look, rules introduction, the rules, creating a gang, campaigns, battlefield setup and scenarios, tactics, skills, the trading post, and the index. So I will be having a good look at this and seeing what's changed, what's stayed the same. I am going to do another video as well, which I'll try and get out for tomorrow, and that is on both the Gangs of the Outlands and Gangs of the Underhive, which are the new books. Previously, I've done a video on what books you need to play Necromunda, and the list did get bigger and bigger. Now in 2026, what you need to play Necromunda is 3 books. There we go. They are going to be releasing smaller little editions for each of the houses, but for now, this is all we need. But I'm going to do a follow-up video. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this quick unboxing. I'm going to sit down and have a look at this rulebook and a little bit more of a deep dive into what's in the box. But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies.